Hi, it's Bobbie Goheen. Today's quick tip is getting clarity when you're working to create a common path forward. So this tip is pretty easy. And if you're in a conversation where somebody is frustrated with you because they say you're not understanding me, really take the time to say, here's the words that I heard you say. This is what you're looking for. Is that correct? And if they say yes, you've got it, then you say, okay, great. And then if you say, I have a different perspective and a different way I want to go forward, they'll say, if they say you're not understanding me, take a step back and just ask them, is understanding you, does that mean that I'm going to do it your way? Or I'm going to do what you're asking me? Or I'm going to do what you're recommending? Is that what understanding means to you? Taking a step back to ask for that clarity will really help the conversation. Oftentimes when people say, you're not understanding me, means that either you're not including my idea, you're not taking my recommendation, or you're not doing what I want. Or there's some nuance that they're not sharing. So when you ask that clarifying question, does understanding mean that I'm going to take your recommendation and do it? Or what action do you want me to take now that you shared it? And when you ask these kind of questions, you get a whole nother level of clarity, which brings the next step in your conversation and discussion to a new level. So taking the time to really make sure that you are understanding what people are looking for from you is important. And if you're not understanding it, asking those kinds of questions, what action would you like me to take? What is the recommendation that you want me to include? Or what is it that you want me to understand? And are you okay? Sometimes once you understand somebody, you may not be able to take that direction to say, I understand your perspective and I totally see where you're going with it, and it doesn't apply in this situation. Here's why. And allowing that conversation to be there and saying, is that okay with you, is an important part of the whole conversation. So when we slow it down, we ask for clarity, we share our own thinking on it, and we look for a way to bridge or include wherever we can. But really understanding when people say, you're not understanding me, does it mean that you don't have the words right? Or 2, that they want you to take action? Or 3, they want you to take their recommendation? Or they want you to change? Any of those things can happen, but really asking them clearly what they're looking for from you is important. So I hope these quick tips work for you. I know when seeking clarity is the most important thing that we can do as leaders and managers, and language, no matter what language you're speaking, or whether it's Chinese, English, French, and Dutch, it doesn't matter. Across the globe, there's so many different languages, and the confusion comes in when we don't slow it down to make sure that we're clear, that we really understand what somebody's looking for from us, and having a clear discussion about what's possible and what's not, and making sure they're okay with that. All right, thanks so much. Bobbie Goheen, there's your quick tip.